All right, guys, good evening and welcome to another Solar Kings Tuesday night. I am the host, Huston O'Connor, and I'm here with Eric Garcia. Welcome aboard, guys. Looking forward to another good training session. We've got a bunch of stuff going on tonight. We're going to focus a little bit. We've had a lot of new people join the team. So tonight's training is going to be focused on some of the things that you can do as a new consultant to really get yourself off on the right feet. So we're looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys get something good out of it, whether you're brand new, whether you've been in the business for a while. I think there's value to be had here. So we're going to start with some success stories as we do every week. So first of all, I don't know if Greg is on or not, but if he is, congratulations on the birth of your new granddaughter. Awesome news. Number two, myself and my partner C-Ray, we had a couple installs happening this month. We've got one that just got finalized last week with a battery. We've got another one happening tomorrow. So if you guys are in the Stone Oak area and want to come out and see an install, hit me up and I can get you the address. We also have one next week over on the far west side. So wherever you guys are, we've got one going up in your area. And I'm sure Eric can probably point you in the direction of some of his as well. So let us know if you guys want to see an install. If you've never seen one, I definitely recommend it. You learn a lot if you go hang out there for a little bit and just watch that process. So one big thing that we saw this week that happened, Chris Perez had a 12-day turnaround contract to install in Abilene. So if you know anybody in Abilene, sounds to me like a pretty solid market to try and tap into. Next, Tim Wigginton. Congratulations, Tim. I saw you join a minute ago. He got his solar installed on his own home this week. Tim, what's the time frame looking like on when that's going to be permission to operate? You know yet?
They're saying about a week until they can come finish up the electrical. And then another week after that. So hopefully 2 weeks I'll be up and running. I actually had I had 3 installs besides mine in the past week, and all of them said about the same, 2 to 3 weeks before it's actually up and running and fired.
Very nice. Damn, look at you killing it out there. All right, next one. Gus posted another virtual close in California. Congratulations, Gus. Gus, you're killing it, man. What's the secret? I know you've got the magic tongue on the phone.
I always share secrets for certain people. I'm just kidding. No, I do a whole training on how to literally use your calendar for your advantage. I've been closing a lot of deals in North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida. I'm doing one right now in Denver and California. It's just your follow-up game, right? Who are you doing your follow-up? So whenever I book an appointment, and the reason I've seen such much success, so they actually show up, right? It's hard for them to even show up when you go to their house. So I put them in my calendar where they're getting late 4 times before the appointment. They're gonna get an invitation to the appointment, so it's live, 24 hours before that morning, and then 30 minutes before the appointment. So they get 4 times the chance to tell me no, that I don't want to do it. And they want to reschedule, they're able to reschedule it themselves. And we actually, me and Dario have an announcement to make. We got Daniel Green goes green. So he's an NBA superstar in basketball. Dario hooked it up with the lead, and he needed someone to help him close it over in California, which I'm licensed there. And yeah, so I closed a virtual close in California this weekend. Was such an so amazing that we had 3 people on the team sign up. One of them is an insurance broker. Been doing it for over 12 years. He's actually on the call. His name's Geoff. Can we give him a second to introduce himself?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yo, Geoff. Did you want to unmute yourself and chat for like 30 seconds and show everyone how pumped up you are? If you can, if not, it's all good. He said hello on the chat, but I haven't seen him unmute himself. Oh, he said let him turn his mic on. So give him a second. The second person I want to introduce is Julio. He's on the call. He's actually right here. Julio's he's Powur 2 Solar. He just joined the team, and he's here in Dallas. And we're gonna go knock some doors tomorrow. And I'm gonna show him my secret sauce as far as virtual stuff, because this is brand new. You're starting to see a lot of people move to training.
Hello.
Oh, there's Geoff. What's happening, Geoff? Show
Hey,
everyone how
good.
excited you are.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Jeffrey's son. I met Gustavo through our actually CPA, and our CPA was kind enough to give me his information. I've been selling insurance for 12 years, and I absolutely love what Powur has to offer. I love everyone's energy. I love everyone's this growth mindset. I feel like there's a lot of opportunity, especially we're here in Texas. We have so many new build homes right now. And I feel like this Powur team, everyone's extremely knowledgeable, and I love the opportunity here. And I'm very, very excited to be part of this team.
Awesome, Geoff. Welcome aboard, man. Welcome aboard.
Thanks so much.
Welcome,
Yeah,
Geoff.
you should see Geoff in person. That guy he gets amped up. It's like he's drinking 5-hour energy drinks all day long. And so the other guy just joined the team. So the other guy that just joined the team is Julio Medina. He's from Dallas. Did you want to give us a few, introduce yourself for a second, Julio?
Yeah. So I've been in solar a couple years ago. I've been in insurance, and I just love this community. It looks like real supportive, and I'm just excited to start tomorrow. So see how it goes.
Awesome, Julio. Welcome aboard, man. We're looking forward to seeing you grow. You're with the right team with Gus. Gus will get you going good. Anybody else? Any other new ones?
Yes, Houston. I do have a newcomer on the phone. Her name is Christy Cantu, and she's in the Divine area. Christy, do you want to unmute yourself and kind of just introduce yourself?
Hi everyone. I'm Christy. Like you said, I'm here in Divine, Texas. So we'll see what I can do. I'm pretty pumped and ready to get going.
Awesome. Welcome aboard. Well, you guys are on the right call this week, because we're going to be going over the Powur Business Plan and setting up your business for success. So you definitely got onto the right call to get things rolling right. So look forward to seeing you guys.
Houston, we also have Joshua Avard from Houston, Texas on as well.
Awesome.
Josh,
Hey, yeah, Eric, I was on the glass call, so I did an intro last week.
Okay, I appreciate.
I mean, I can run through it again if you want.
No, you're good. All right, I appreciate you. And we have Dan Castro on as well. A lot of new folks, and you're right. This is the best call for them to be on. So thank you, Houston.
Perfect, guys. Well, we got a couple more success stories, and then we'll get moving here. Another one that had his own house done. Brent Morris went PTO this week on his house. Brent, how's that working out for you? You on the call? I don't know if I see him on. He posted on the group chat that he got PTO this week and couldn't stop staring at his Enphase app. I'll tell you, I'm guilty of that as well. I check it almost every day to see what my production was like throughout the day, and kind of gauge what my bill or how much CPS is going to owe me at the end of the month. So good job there. We had great representation. A lot of the teammates made it up to Dallas or Houston last week as part of the Freedom Tour. To those of you guys who made it, awesome. We do have some other events that are planned coming up over the next month or two. So as those get announced, make sure you're checking those out as well. Another big congratulations to Eric. Eric Garcia is currently sitting at number 3 in the company in new referrals. So that's why we have so many new people on the team. Congratulations, Eric, man. Keep killing it. Obviously what you're doing is working. So keep it up, man. What's your secret?
I'm consistent. Every single time I talk to the team about consistency, and there's proof in the pudding. I'm not, I'm showing everybody what I'm doing. I'm showing them, hey, this is the kind of money I'm making. This is what I do. You want to get on board or what? At the end of the day, like they're in or they're out at the end of the day. So I work with the willing, and we just keep going on. So I'm really excited about that. I don't even pay attention to the leaderboards. I just fucking work my ass off. So
don't have time for that, right? You're too busy working. Well, I check it every week just to see if I notice any names that we need to call out. So congratulations again, man. That's awesome
Thank
work.
you, brother.
Anybody else? Any other success stories this week? Anybody out there closing deals?
I got one more. So me and Rob here, we're gonna go tag team. Have a real estate agent that I've been trying to go after for probably the last, I don't know, 6-7 months. She's been seeing, so the one thing I would recommend everybody is just keep posting on social media, because since they post TikToks, I've seen that works, but people get excited about, people like to be entertained. They like to see music, you having fun, the lifestyle. And that's what really brought me to the next level, because after I met Eric, I got excited, got the lifestyle in there. I saw what was real, and that's what got me success. So there's going to be 3 real estate agents and 1 lender at our meeting on Thursday morning, and I'm excited to have, Rob come help me do that. But yeah, we'll be in Burleson on Thursday, and I'm really excited about that. So
Awesome, man.
just like Eric said.
Good
Awesome.
luck, Gus. Good luck,
Get
bro.
it.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right, well, we jumped the gun on the new recruits, so we already got that out of the way a little bit. So we'll skip that. Important Powur updates. Always like to go through it and just make sure that you guys are aware of what's going on within Powur. Q1's theme, let's do this. Keep it up. Let's do it. Keep it going, guys. Rob mentioned, and I have been doing this too, even if you're a tier 2 or a tier 3 seller, they just rolled out a new tier 1 training program that is head and shoulders above what it used to be. This is good training for everyone, regardless of what level you're at. Go back, spend the time in Powur University and watch that training, because you will get something good out of it. Rob was mentioning how much he's learned out of it, even though he's already been in the business for a while. I've learned some things, and I'm still working on going through it. So definitely recommend going in and checking that out whenever you've got some time. For those of you who are new, you got to do it. So get it done, right? Next thing, virtual site survey. We've been talking a lot about this over the last couple of weeks. They talked a little bit this week on what it does to your income if you choose to do a virtual site survey versus having someone else do it for you. With the virtual site survey, there's going to be a $75 charge as part of the adders within the back office commission structure if you have someone else do it. So whether that means it's an on-demand site survey or an installer goes out and does it, the typical cost is $200 on that. So it does make you an extra $125 above and beyond to take the time to do that site survey. And or remember, your customer can do it as long as they download the My Powur app. So good advice there. Make sure you're taking advantage of that. Not to mention, guys, helps you get paid about 2 weeks faster on your M1s. So definitely worth it all the way around. On-demand site survey, I mentioned this before. If you're interested in performing site surveys for other consultants and mentors, go online and sign up for this. They'll typically, within a 50-mile radius, they'll send you. You go out, you take your pictures, and as soon as you upload those and they confirm that the pictures have passed their criteria, you're gonna get paid $100. Good way to make a little extra buck, especially if you can get 1 or 2 of those a week when you're out and about town. Solo pricing errors, just a reminder. I think I saw somebody post on the group this week. As much as it would be wonderful to be able to sell a panel for 0 cents per watt, guys, that's a mistake. And if you choose one of those panels when you're doing your presentation and you contract that, that's going to be a very uncomfortable conversation when you come back to the customer with a change order for $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 for the right panels. So make sure you're paying attention to that and your pricing before you go forward. Project handoff notes, just a reminder, they do have the project handoff notes available under site info now. If there's anything important that you need to share with the project manager through the closing process. So there's a dog in the backyard, the panels behind a locked gate. Those are all things that you need to put in those project handoff notes so that the project manager is aware of it as soon as they get assigned to the deal. Last thing, Freedom Tour continues. We've burned through all the Texas ones that are on the list this month. Eric, are there any more in Texas this month? Or are we going to be scheduling some for March?
We do have a freedom. We do have more events in different cities, but not in Texas for March. We are planning one, hopefully for March. Give me 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I believe March 26th is the tentative date for now.
Awesome.
But there's nothing else going on.
Cool. Well, keep an eye on the Freedom Tour website and check that often to get those updated dates. For those of you who are in other parts of the country, you can check that out as well to make sure that you're staying up to date on the Freedom Tour. So, all right, let's get into some training for this week. So we talked about it and decided that we've got enough new people on the team. It's probably time to go back to the basics and spend a little bit of time reviewing, setting yourself up for success within Powur. So we're going to spend the night tonight going over the Powur Business Plan and just walking you through it. At the end of the call, I'll give you some info as far as how to get access to this. It's all available in the knowledge base in your back office. But let's see. Let me flip over here. All right, so the Powur Business Plan, guys, this is designed to really set you up for success and give you all of the tools you need and the thoughts you need in order to be successful. So we're going to spend a little bit of time just walking through it. Mentors, others who've been in the business a while, feel free to chime in as I go through here. I want to hear y'all's experience with this and how you use it to grow your business as well. So let's make this a very conversational night, okay? First thing, what's the goal of the business plan? It's to achieve your 4 freedoms. We hear this a lot within the Powur platform. Your four freedoms are time, location, your financial freedom, and inner freedom. All of these are mutually important for success and just to be fulfilled in both business and in life. So we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about that and how to achieve that through this. So first steps first, when you first sign up, this checklist will walk you through getting through the initial setup of your back office platform. It'll also walk you through and remind you to attend some of the weekly training events that Powur offers. Guys, they've really expanded the Powur offerings in terms of daily training. There's training pretty much every day. Just make sure you're checking the Powur calendar regularly and scheduling time to really spend some time learning the business and getting better with what you're doing. So 5-step coaching program starts with establishing your current reality. We're going to talk about where you're at now and where you want to be. Step 2, define why and what your goals are. So you got to have a why and you got to have set goals put in writing in order to be successful. Step 3, design a plan to close the gaps and overcome hurdles. Step 4, track and train to be accountable with my performances. There's a number of ways we do that, both through working together with each other. I recommend having an accountability partner, someone on the team, someone within the platform that can help you and hold you accountable to the goals that you've set for yourself. And then step 5, review the game tapes with the team. And that's spending time with your mentor, particularly if you're early on. And again, with an accountability partner, with someone that can help you out. So start out with my reality. You're going to spend a little bit of time as you go through this. Break down where you're at currently, be honest with yourself, and set 2 sets of goals. Number 1, where do you want to be after that first 90-day push? And then number 2, after 1 to 3 years, what are your goals? Where do you want to be and what do you want to achieve with this business? You talk about demographics, occupation and work status. So maybe you've got a full-time job now, but eventually you want to transition to solar. Jonathan, you've successfully done this. And I know you had a plan for that, right? It didn't just come out of thin air.
Not at all.
So were you utilizing this business plan or something similar to it?
Prior, no, not at all.
No?
I was just avid on social media. My wife was a big help. So if you have someone there to be at home and support you, so helping create content, I truly believe the biggest factor in my early success was indirect marketing. So I wouldn't pro people saying, hey man, if you thought about solar, I would just post and post and post and post and post. And I had a 70-30% rule. I know new people haven't heard this before, but just like our business model, I would post 70% personal stuff in my everyday life, taking walks, my kids, stuff like that, and then 30% on the business. So information on that, installs, deals, teammate success, etc. But more personal than business. It made me more approachable is the key word. Nobody wants to feel like they're being pressured by someone in sales. Nobody wants, unfortunately, sorry, Houston, the car salesman mentality, but man, it's a stickler. It just follows, unfortunately, it has just a negative tone on it. So if you can approach indirect marketing, just like even Gus was just saying, just keep posting, and it's just, you never know who's watching. That's what I'll say is the biggest factor. So that's helped me out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I mean, I'd say it, I've said it multiple times, but one of my biggest takeaways from the Mentor Factory a couple months ago was, don't be an undercover solar rep. Make sure that everybody knows that that's what you do, and that's through consistency. Eric talks about consistency a lot, and just sticking with the plan, sticking with the process. So 100%, man, I agree wholeheartedly. So take a little time and just sit down and put together your goals for each of these. So think about where you're at today. Where do you want to be in 3 months? Where do you want to be in a year, 2 years, 3 years? And put it on paper. Once something is written down and on paper, you now have more intention to go get it. And there's more likelihood that you're actually going to achieve that. So take the time to do this the right way, guys. This is a big one for me, my why, and really setting and understanding what the benefits of going at this full force are and what the consequences of not doing the right things are. Take a little bit of time, determine what your why is. For me, it's family. It's all about the family and providing and just being a good influence. And so that's what my why focuses around. And so whenever I'm looking at those benefits and consequences, that's the lens that I'm looking at it through. For you, it may be something different, but figure out what your why is and set yourself up to succeed that. So life goals, spend a little bit of time. How many of you have actually set life goals? Not goals for this week, this year, but what are your life goals? What do you truly want to achieve? What do you want your legacy to be? If you've never spent a little time doing this, and honestly, it can sometimes be a little bit out of your comfort zone in doing this, but trust me when I say that when you spend a little bit of time talking about it, you will see the rewards as you think about it, write it down, and truly make that your mission. Business goals at the same time. I mean, obviously your business goals, your life goals. Eric, you got something to add?
I wanted to know if Jacob Davis, can you hear me, Jake? You can't hear me?
Nah, I'm just kidding. What's up?
Jake, do you have the information you shared with me on goal setting today?
Yeah.
Can you share that with the team? I think this is perfect. Thanks, Houston. Jacob and I were talking earlier today over some snow crab and shrimp and sausage and potatoes and corn. It was awesome. But we were talking about goal setting. He had just attended a training for goal setting.
You know what? It just came to mind, Eric.
Okay.
Maybe I can help us take this to another level and ask if Align Mortgage would be open to doing this for us as a solar team.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be
Real cool.
badass, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So Matt, so finish up and then I'll go.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I was just gonna see if you could share those points.
Yeah,
about-
go ahead, man.
So I'll try to show y'all. So the training that I went to today, backwards, that's crazy. The Power of Goals with Matt Dela Cruz. So Matt Dela Cruz is he has a company called the Winning Minds Group. He's been around for many, many years. And he offered this through the real estate brokerage where I work at with Align Mortgage. Align Mortgage is probably the fastest growing veteran focused lender. And we have a partnership with them, so we work very close with them. But I didn't sit in the whole time because we had a presentation to do today. So I had to blow out of there. But I think what Eric was referring to was probably this section right here about how to become a possibility thinker, right? Is that the one you were talking about, Eric, when I was telling you about that? And you know, to be a possibility thinker, you know, so of course, a lot of the examples that they gave were like Steve Jobs and all these visionary, right? People who like just had an idea way back when. And to see where we're at now, like all of us here at just even at the very beginning of this whole thing, it still hasn't popped off. I mean, the numbers are crazy. They talk about the numbers all the time, right? But one, you know, to be a possibility thinker, stop focusing on impossibilities, right? You know, I think about that a lot because the staff that I have that work for me in my daytime job, you know, some of them are used to saying, oh, I can't do that. As a matter of fact, I was on text right now with some of them. It's something that they were asked to do. And oh, I can't do that. Well, I don't like to hear that I can't, you know, because if you can't, then you never will. You know what I mean? So another thing is stay away from, I think this applies to all of us, man, like heavy duty right here. Everybody on the call is stay away from expert critics. Like Eric and I have had a lot of conversations about expert critics, right? Last week, guys, I posted on the group, you know, in the messenger where I had put a post out there and it kind of took off and caught wind. And then some hater jumped on it about, you know, this large, like, I mean, shit, it was like 3 pages long, right? Like he blasted solar and all these things. But like, I don't entertain debates anymore. Like I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. You know, and Eric and I had a long conversation not too long ago about that, right? Like, in particular, this, you know, one gentleman just, I don't know if his problems with solar or what, but I told Eric, I'm not going to debate him. Like, there's just nothing to change his mindset. It's okay. There's still 95% of the world that needs solar. So I'm going to go after that 95%. That dude isn't even a fraction of a speck on the globe. You know what I mean? It's not worth my time. So I don't debate that. I'm not going to, you know, and look for possibilities in all situations, right? So I know we're talking about social media and all that other stuff. Look for the possibilities, you know, in all situations. 70-30% is great. That's a great rule. But you know, we were at in Vegas, Eric and I, for those of y'all, many of y'all have heard the story. We were in Vegas not so long ago. Every step we took was an opportunity. Every step at the gas station. I mean, we're at dinner, we're at breakfast, we're getting coffee. You know, every step we took was an opportunity, you know. And then one of the things that this guy said, dream one size bigger. You know, like today at lunch, I mean, you know, Eric and I were having a conversation about goals and visions and things. And one of them, he's like, cut that in half. You know, the time span. I said 5 years for something. He's like, cut it in half. Okay, great. That's dreaming one size bigger, right? So, and question the status quo, right? Right now, what is the status quo regarding solar? It's coming out. Like it was at the Super Bowl. I mean, it was all over the commercials, right? Like it was huge, man. Like, so, and then the last thing I think that he talked about was this one hits me heavy because I know Houston mentioned about the mentor factory. You know, that's really what set it off for me was the mentor factory, and being invited there by Eric. Find inspiration from great achievers. That's huge, man. Like I've never met or been involved in any Zooms or in the same room with so many millionaires, like real life people who are living off of like 6-figure passive incomes. It's crazy, you know? So, and just regular dudes like plugging away, and folks, you know, men and women, you know, plugging away, just trying to make something happen, you know? So I think those are the things you were referring to, right, Eric?
Yes, Jacob, I appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much for sharing.
Sure. Sorry, Houston.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for jumping in. Hey, were you guys seeing my screen as I was talking about that, or were you letting me talk with nothing on the screen?
No, it just happened. It just.
Are you guys seeing this?
Yeah, we see that now. We're good.
Okay. I stopped the screen share for a minute so Jake could talk, but I just want to make sure that I hadn't run through the first 6 pages of that with nobody seeing what I was talking about. All right, let's move on. Page 8 of the business plan here. Spend a little bit of time setting some goals, you know, and really writing down your KPIs. So Powur looks at 4 different KPIs. How many conversations did you have about solar? Out of those, how many utility bills did you generate? Out of those, how many presentations did you actually give? And finally, how many contracts did you sign? Track those on a weekly basis and hold yourself accountable for the goals that you're setting for yourself. And really, I mean, you think about those numbers, if you hit all of those numbers, you're going to be as successful or more successful than you plan to be, right? You can't lose if you hit all of the numbers that you've set for yourself. So make sure you're tracking those on a weekly basis. If you're not part of Powur Live is a great way to have that accountability, because one of the parts of that platform, you break out into a small group of 4 or 5 people, and each person gives their KPIs for the week. And that's a great way to have someone, even someone that you don't even necessarily know, but believe it or not, sometimes you get paired with some of the big dogs. Last week I was with Andy Smith. And so that happens, and you're talking to some of these people who truly are those millionaire performers, and they're sitting in that same meeting because they want the same accountability. So set your KPIs, track your KPIs, and then whether it be through an accountability partner, Powur Live, or both. So Gil's asking, what's an example of someone's KPIs? Anybody have theirs that they want to share? Eric, I'm curious, what are your typical KPIs for the week?
Yes, so I do cold calls. I do warm calls, I do social media posts, and I do conversations.
Okay, so you break all those out into separate categories?
Correct, and I do a certain amount. I do a certain amount each day, depending on the day, depending on the week, depending on how busy I am. Sometimes I'll switch around and make instead of 30 minutes, I'll make it an hour or an hour and a half, but I'll adjust it accordingly. But yeah, that's pretty much what I do. Warm calls, cold calls, and within that is conversations. So how many conversations did I have from those calls that I made? And I also track my social media activity.
Gotcha. Okay. So if you don't mind me asking, at the end of the week, what's your goal in terms of conversations?
I try to go for 10 conversations a day. That's what I was trained here in Powur.
Okay.
And so that's what I go for. So it's 10 conversations a day. It doesn't have to be anything drawn out, sound like a salesman or nothing. Just all I do is I promote the ambassador program, which indirectly, Jonathan Morales, indirectly tells them I'm in solar without having to shove solar down their throat. You know what I mean? So
Get all salesy, and then
I use the ambassador program a lot.
Awesome. I like it. Yeah, it's a good way to not directly come and ask for business. You're offering an opportunity. It's free of charge. And ultimately, you do end up having a lot of conversations with people who are like, "Hey, I was really considering that on my house. Maybe you can give me a quote." I actually just had one of those meetings this afternoon. I met with the personal injury attorney from my BNI chapter, and we did a one-to-one, which BNI is real big on one-to-ones, where you're just sitting and having a one-to-one meeting, talking about each other's business and figuring out how you can help each other. And in the process of that conversation, he said, "You know what? We've kind of considered it once or twice, but now that you're telling me kind of how it works, I actually want to do it now." So I got his bill, working on setting up a presentation with him later this week. So you never know where those conversations are going to go. But it starts with just letting someone know what you do and then having a little conversation about it. So can't tell you how many times those conversations are the ones that turn into the sales. So set those KPIs, strategize with them. If you fall behind early in the week, make it up. Spend the time to get back on track for the week and make sure that you're getting there. And then secondly, part two, set some strategies. So I think this can be broad. It can be very, very exact as well. So for me, I'm personally not a huge fan of door knocking. So my strategy has been more to develop relationships and develop a network of people through the ambassador program, through BNI, through friends and family, where I can generate leads that way. For some, I know Brian Hernandez is on this call. He's a door knocking beast. Every time I talk to him, he's getting bills, going out knocking doors. And so there are lots of ways to be successful in this business. So Dana's asking, what specifically is an example of what you say when you talk with someone about the ambassador program that works for you? Eric, how do you typically have that conversation?
What's up, Mr. Dana? Good to hear from you, brother. Hey, yeah, real simple stuff. I'm right in their DM, and first thing I'm saying is, "Hey, how's your day?" or "How's it going?" And I say, and so I bring up the fact that it's been a long time since we've spoken, and I hope to catch up soon. That way, you're just not, hitting them up about business and they get all weird about it. "Oh, you're just trying to make money off of me, blah, blah, blah," right? So I try to say, "Hey, look, hey, Christy, I know it's been a long time. I hope to catch up soon. But here is why I'm messaging you. I'm actually involved in the renewable energy industry." That's what I say. "I'm actually involved in the renewable energy industry, and I'm helping a ton of families save a ton of money. And so just so you know, if anybody wants to save money on electricity, let me know, and I'll pay you $1,000 if they go solar with me." That's it. And then I'll put a link, our ambassador link that we have there in the back office. I hope that helps.
Awesome. Perfect. Yeah. Simple, just to the point, let them know what you're doing and get it going. Let's see. Kevin saying, "Eric, do you have any scripts that you can share?"
Kevin, I don't have any scripts, brother. I need to create some. Yeah, I'll get with everybody on that. I'll have to do that. Create some easy scripts that I can share via email or something like that. I'll work on that.
Perfect. Awesome. I appreciate it. So this is one of the pages within the business plan that I really like, because it kind of gives you a quick reminder of where you can start those conversations. So we just talked about how important it is to consistently have conversations. Who are the people you should be speaking with? And you look down this list and guys, pretty much everybody. But you may not think of, "Oh, your hairdresser is a great person to talk to about that." Eric and I probably, maybe not, because we don't have one, but But most of y'all, the hairdresser is someone who's constantly talking to people. And that's a great source of leads. The mailman, he's seeing houses all over the place. Security salespeople are a great source. The list goes on and on. You can go through this list and really start to know who you know. Dario, what you got, man?
Hey, Houston, do you mind if I jump in on that? One thing that really helps me trim that fat as we are self-marketing ourselves as solar pros, renewable energy experts, however you market yourself, in that when you have that one-on-one time with that person, with that neighbor, someone at the gas station, at the bar, restaurant, whatever, naturally ask those qualifying questions. Meaning, even if someone is a homeowner, they may be looking to move in the next 6 months to 18 months. Maybe it's not their forever home. Maybe they're there temporarily and in transit. And so if you set the stage with asking appropriate questions like, hey, how do you feel about your home? How long have you been there? Where are you from? What are you know what I mean? It's almost like being on a date. Like people don't want to hear you talk about you. They want to hear you ask about them. And so the more information that you get about that homeowner, then we've all had a lot of conversations with a lot of people, but then you'll have that feeling, yeah, maybe this is worth my energy to get their bill, or maybe it's not. If I met someone the other day, they love solar, but they're going to be out of their house in 8 months or less, which is still fine. Still exchange information with them, and they're definitely going to get back to me, within a year or whatnot when they get their new home. And so that way it set the precedent. They're like, oh man, he was really interested about me, about my home, my family life, my wife, my kids. And then, 3 minutes, 4 minutes into the conversation, obviously solar renewable energy came up. He said, you know what, Dario, I really like it, but I'm moving in 6 to 8 months. Can I get your information and we can revisit it? Boom. Just like that, just by me doing a little bit of discovery, a little bit exploratory questions. I mean, it's not going to be money in my pocket now, but that's something definitely, hopefully for down the road. And it led me to 2 referrals. And so that's what really works for me. I take pride that I've never had one cancellation. And as a mentor, I think that's pretty big time. And I think that's one of the reasons why I don't have cancellations. I'm really good about making sure that it's the right fit and the right time for that homeowner.
Very nice, man. Awesome. There's a really good book out there if you want to learn more about that and how to process, how to work that. There's a book out there called The Secrets of Question-Based Selling. I read it a long time ago. It was actually assigned.
I've read that book. It's good.
It is good. But it's a great book that just reminds you, in a good conversation like Dario was talking about, you should be listening 80% of the time and letting that person talk 20%.
And I'm gonna, contradict myself because I'm interrupting you, but say it louder for the people in the back. Ask questions. If you're telling, you're not selling. Ask questions. Ask questions. Ask questions.
Yep. Yeah. It'll ultimately get you the right information. It'll improve your closing ratios like Dario's talking about, and you'll be able to uncover a lot of those objectives before they even become objectives. So you can really start to kind of put your foot forward and get yourself in a good position through that. So any questions on this, guys? Any questions so far?
I had something, Houston, real quick.
Yes, sir.
Everybody that's new out there, remember that we are dealing with home professionals, home sales professionals. That's who's really going to be crucial to your network when building this business. Okay, so I don't want to, I'm just reiterating the fact that roofers and painters and landscaping companies and insurance companies, real estate agents, all of these people can be a source for you to help each other out. Hey, look, I know you have some customers that already trust you. Hey, let me help them go solar, and I'll pay you $1,000 for commission. for install. And just keep doing that. Keep going. Keep going to that person, following up with them, letting them know what's going on. Hey, we have a special this month. Hey, we have a contest this month for ambassadors. Hey, we have this going on. So, Geoff says Brandon is becoming the king of this. Yeah, we have a gentleman named Brandon on the team. I believe he's like 26 years old, very young gentleman and super, super sharp. This guy is on the phone calling roofers, letting them know, hey, this is what we're doing. You may want to add this to your platform. Hey, we're in solar. You should really add this to your portfolio of services. And he is getting people in the business because it makes sense. But it all takes that activity of calling somebody. Look, cold calls are not fun, but solar is just a subject that people are open to, that's interesting, right? Like, you're not the fifth guy talking to them about buying cable at their place or buying office supplies. That's boring stuff, man. Right? So if you talk to them, hey, I know, I'm not sure if, hey, Julio, how you doing? I know you own a landscaping company. Let me ask you, what kind of services do you do? And Julio tells me, oh, we do tree trimming. We do a little bit of landscaping. We could do, of course, we mow the lawn. Okay, we do fertilizer. Okay, well, let me ask you, Julio, what happens when one of your customers says, I want to go solar? How do you help them then? Well, we don't have that. We're not a solar company. We're a landscaping company. Yeah, but what if you could offer that to your customers and make some income on that? Would that be good for you? Would it be nice to add 6 figures to your bottom line? It's the language that you're talking about. You have to use the right language with business people. So you say, hey, look, wouldn't 6 figures to your bottom line help you and your family and your company, your employees? Yeah, definitely. Hey, when can I get 15 minutes of your time? I just want to show you how this Uber, DoorDash-like platform for solar is killing it right now. And you don't have to worry about any red tape, any licensing, nothing. It's all done for you, but your customers trust you. When are you free? Tomorrow or Wednesday? Right? Just getting that appointment so you can tell somebody, get in front of them. All you need is 15, 20 minutes. But just remember that anybody that's in the home sales professionals, that's why you want to start connecting with those people and get with the person that brought you in to help you present the power opportunity or present the solar. Don't do it yourself, somebody brand new, because you don't know what you're talking about yet, right? It's just facts. You still got to, build your confidence with education, right? So get with the person that brought you in. And when you want to start making calls to people to kind of network, then they'll help you out and they'll help you get somebody started, get them on board. But that's all I wanted to mention. Thanks, Houston.
Yes, sir. Hey, Gil, Brandon just posted the question that you just asked about the ambassadors basic training. Brandon just posted a bunch of that information on the Facebook page. So check that out when we're done here. It's got a lot of good info on there for you. So let's see, go through here. So last part of the business plan, we're going to take that list. There's 3 pages worth of lists of people that it's kind of a memory jogger to try and remind you, who should I be talking to? And what you need to do at this point is go through and write down your top 50. Figure out the top 50 people that you know who you need to talk to about the opportunity of solar, whether that be through the ambassador platform, whether it be as a way to potentially recruit them as a consultant or an enterprise or whatever you're doing. Write down those top 50 and then start going after them. This is a great way to just set up your list. And then finally, my hurdles. What are your challenges for growth? Sit and spend some time thinking about what are your BS hurdles? You know, what have you told yourself are the reasons why you can't succeed? Write those down and then follow up with why you can, or how you're going to overcome those in order to succeed. Eric, do you want to chime in on that?
Absolutely. I was like, so
I saw you already unmuted. You're ready to go. That's good. What you got?
A lot of us, you know, we're automatically thinking to ourselves, I don't have enough time. Okay. So a lot of people that you try to talk to about power or, you know, solar, I don't have a lot of time, right? We've said that ourselves, right? But at the end of the day, we really haven't scheduled our day out, you know, as far as what's important, what priorities need to take place, and, you know, how can I complete these in my daily, you know, routine. So for me, I just want to recommend anybody out there get way better at using a calendar. A calendar will help you so much. Before this business, I was just, you know, working off a whim, and I just would be like, I guess I'm available. No, I'm not available. Oh my God, I can't believe I missed that meeting, and that wasn't good for business. So my advice is to, you know, get a calendar, carry it every day. For me, it's hard to use my phone calendar, so I got to look at a physical calendar or have a book. But schedule your stuff, man. Schedule your stuff and schedule everything, you know, exactly how you want it. That way, you know, if you have time or not for something, and you can just put it in there. So use your time wisely and schedule your time more effectively by being better at a calendar. That's just my advice.
100%. Calendar makes all the difference, especially as you get into this and you get as busy as someone like Eric, who's constantly got stuff going on. You got to be able to schedule your time and plan accordingly. So again, back to your KPIs. This is a cool little sheet that you can use for a daily basis to track those KPIs. Print this out, have it on your desk, and just write it down. You know, if you're working from home or if you're out on the road, whatever it is, have it available, and at the end of each day, review your performance. And did you hit the goals that you set for yourself for the day? If so, great. If not, let's get it back tomorrow, right? Geoff says, hang around the right people. Don't be afraid to get your circle smaller. Smaller doesn't mean worth less. Absolutely, man, 100%. A lot of times it's the people that take up your most time can also be the ones that do the most damage to you and your business. And so work with the right people, hang around the right people, and understand that who you hang out with is who you're going to be. 100%. So that's pretty much it, guys. This is actually, so the last page here is a project tracker. This is going to allow you to go through and track how many projects you did each month throughout the year, and what stage they're in the process. So this is a great way for you to see, again, set those daily, weekly, monthly, yearly goals and have an idea of where you're at any step along the way. Don't get too far off pace, because if you get too far behind, you're not going to be able to catch up. So make sure, hold yourself accountable for staying on top of it and accomplishing what you need to accomplish on a daily, weekly, monthly, annual goal. And if you hit those goals on a consistent basis, guys, the numbers don't lie. You can't fail if you're consistently hitting your goals, right? So take the time to write them down. Think about what you truly want out of this business. Because if you do it the right way, this is easily a six-figure plus business. And there's no reason we can't all go out and get it. You know, there's tons of opportunity out here. We're still in a market where market penetration is virtually zero. I mean, what are we at, like 3-4% in Texas? So the opportunity is still huge. Yes, Gus, I will post a link to that in the Facebook page after the meeting's done. So support team, spend a little bit of time thinking about who your sports team is. This is your leader, the person that brought you into the platform. This could also be, a mentor that you like working with. It could be your accountability partner. All of those people are part of your support team. Write them down, have their contact information available so that you can reach out to them and get the support you need when you need it. And that's it, guys. Last thing is make sure you're staying plugged in, work on the Powur calendar, check out the Powur Hour. Powur blog has got a lot of good info that actually probably needs to be updated to the knowledge base. But spend time consistently working in there and continue to learn, continue to grow, and go out there and set and exceed all those goals. That's all I've got for you guys tonight. Anybody else got anything to close us out?
Yeah, I got something. Hopefully the mentors, after I speak, you can share something you'd like. We got some new people on, so let's get them inspired, motivated by something that you want to share. But I just want to say at the end of the day, everybody, all we do is show somebody how to stop throwing their money away. That's me. That's me. All we do is show people how to stop throwing their money away and invest it into their home. That's all we do. All we do is collect a utility bill, upload it online, let them design a proposal for us, present it, and it's a yes or no. We have 90 million prospects. 90 million. A lot of you haven't even been outside of San Antonio yet. You don't even know what's out there. Las Vegas, Florida. You can sell all day online in your pajamas right from home anytime you want. I sold on the way to Dallas in the car the other day. Ask Albert Patterson. He's on the phone right now. We sold the deal while I was in the passenger seat and my wife was driving. This is a business unlike no other. Unlike no other, where you can spend 30 to 45 minutes with a customer and make anywhere from $5 to $7 grand on average. And all you're doing is helping a homeowner save money. Energy is a necessity. So please don't make this business difficult. It's not. It's now you just got to be the person that's the solar girl, the solar guy. Just make yourself that person and watch the leads start coming in time after time and filling the pipeline. And before you know it, you're living a life of design where you get to work out whenever you want. You get to go vacation whenever you want. Nobody's telling you what to do, and you're making a good living. Gus, did you have something?
Yeah, of course, man. What I recommend is every event that's going on within your area, you must go to it. I learned a long time ago that big things happen at big events, you get pumped up. So we had an event this last weekend in Dallas. Eric was there. I think Eric was there and Jeff was there, guy on my team. Make the trip. It's going to be worth it because you don't want to be the guy that was like, hey, you know what? I didn't go. I don't know anything. I don't be the guy asking the questions that were answered, 15 different times in the chats, right? Put the time in. Let's go. I recommend to do that. I also recommend to go in the knowledge base. Take this stuff seriously. Like it's super simple. Big things having big events. Call people every single day. Be consistent. Find your niche. If you don't have one, look for a mentor in the area or look for a mentor that's going to be on the call here. Reach out to us. And one thing that Keenan says all the time is that, hey, our hands are reaching down. All you need to do is reach up, and we're here bringing you guys all the way up with us because without more people, right, there's only so many of us. It's going to be a time where there's so many of us being successful because we're duplicating a system. It's turnkey. It works. So I can't wait to. So put in a calendar, July, right? July, you have to be in Dallas. There's teams up there saying they're going to bring 1,000 people by themselves. I think we can do that too.
July 15th and 16th. Put that in your calendar now. Thank you, Gus.
You have to go. And I know Eric stays in a whole mansion for us. No, I'm just kidding. But maybe we ask. like it's a lifestyle. We're here to pitch in for everybody. We're here to help. And I think it's a good idea, Eric, if we did that for a whole week before the convention and do a little blitz, 6, 7, 8 day blitz, and then go to the convention. It's all about the before and after the events. That's why I stick around, not because I like to have fun. It's because I like to stick around and talk to people and bingo. You have no idea how many people come up to us and tell us that we literally changed their lives. I tell to Eric all the time, like, Eric, thank you so much for letting me be a part of y'all's team. And that's why I get so pumped up. I don't know if you can hear my voice. I actually lost it on Saturday, but it's all right. Hey, we're here to help. Business have events. Stay plugged in, and we'll see you at the top, right? Let's go.
Let's go. Anybody else?
Anybody else? Jonathan Morales, what do you got?
All right. So this is to get what I recommend when getting started, right? So a little bit of everything. So first start reminding yourself what your why is. And I would write that down. My why was my family, my newborn daughter, and getting stuck out of the 9 to 5, right? Being told when I can take time off, when I can't. Is it approved? Is it not approved? Do I have to call in? Find whatever your why is. 2, what inspires you and what gives you confidence, right? For me, it was learning about the product itself. So attending the trainings that Powur gives you, they give you that. There's content to watch. You have mentors to reach out to you that'll help you understand what you're presenting, how to go over everything. Find out what inspires you and what gets you going. That's what would be my advice to give out to, because that's what helped me get going. So that's what I would say.
Jonathan Morales. That is my neighbor who asked me. My neighbor asked me, Eric, what's this solar thing you're talking about? And the first year he was the top producer. He's never knocked one door. And not only that, he kicked his 9 to 5 to the curb. And now he's a real estate agent. Give him a round of applause, everybody. John, good job, man. Proud of you, bro.
Awesome, man. Congratulations, Jonathan. Way to get out there and take that freedom. So
Dario, AP, Albert Patterson, were you going to say something, bro?
Yeah, Eric, I appreciate it, man. I've been on the calls and I've been quiet. I'm at work right now, but first of all, Houston, I told Eric the other day, you do such a great job with these calls, man. Appreciate you. I had breakfast with Eric. Me and Eric go way back. We always joke. We go way back like Similac. I met Eric. I think he was a freshman or sophomore in college. But I'm his neighbor. I live down the street. I actually I had a great week with Eric after I had that breakfast the other day. I actually got 3 new ambassadors this week. Eric did 2 presentations for me, closed the deal, got a contract signed. And we got one young lady. I don't know if you spoke with her yet there, Eric, but Miss Arnetta, trying to get this other one done. And I'm just an example of being busy. I'm at work now, you guys. I am a tractor trailer driver for HEB, so I do 12-hour nights. So I'm an example that you can just plug it in like you guys were talking. And Eric, you know I'm a professional, personal guru. I was just listening to Jim Rome earlier today and just soaking up all this stuff you guys were talking about. Eric, I can go on with that, but I appreciate the opportunity again. Like I said, I thank you for what you helped me out with this week, getting those 2 deals done. And then again, I said I got 3 ambassadors, and I'm working on getting the guy into the business out there in South Carolina. Thanks for allowing me to share with you.
Good stuff, AP. Thank you very much, brother. It's all my pleasure. All my pleasure. Hey, Julio, what did you think about the call today?
Great. Great. Lots to learn. But
good.
Just get started.
Yeah, you're with Gus. Gus is an amazing man. He's going to take you some high places. Jeff's son as well. Anyways, I guess we can wrap up the call. Does anybody else want to share anything?
Anything before we close it out?
Super important, guys. July 15th and 16th is going to be a big weekend. So no excuses. Put it in there now. July 15th and 16th, Dallas, Texas. Make it fun. If you got to share a room with somebody, let us know. If you got to get a ride, let us know. Whatever we got to do to get you to that event, we'll do, because we know what it'll do for your business. We know what it'll do. You need the big events. You know, they say right now you're in power, but when you attend an event, power is in you. That's what they say. And it's the truth. It's the truth. So if you ain't got nothing, Houston, as always, thank you for doing such a great job. We love you very much, man, and appreciate the hard work
guys.
you put into it.
I just dropped a copy of the business plan on the Facebook group. So jump in there, save it, print it out, fill it out, write it down, guys, and go get those 4 freedoms. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
See you guys. Y'all have a good night.
Later.
Bye.